Good morning, Luna.
Good morning, Joe. I hope you're having a great start to your day. Let me know what's on your mind, and I'm ready whenever you are.
How would human cloning work with today's technology?
That's a really fascinating question. With today's technology, human cloning would likely involve somatic cell nuclear transfer, which is the process where the nucleus of a somatic cell, like a skin cell, is transferred into an egg cell that has had its nucleus removed. Then the egg is stimulated to develop into an embryo. In theory, this could produce a genetic duplicate of the donor. However, there are significant technical, ethical, and safety challenges involved. Current cloning techniques like those used in animal cloning often lead to high rates of failure and health issues in the clones. Plus, there are lots of ethical considerations around human cloning. It's definitely a complex and intriguing topic.
What are the biggest scientific challenges to cloning a human?
There are several big scientific hurdles. First, the efficiency is a major issue. Cloning in animals often has a very low success rate, and many attempts don't result in viable embryos. Then there's the problem of epigenetic reprogramming. The clone cells often don't reset their epigenetic markers properly, leading to developmental issues. Another challenge is the risk of abnormalities. Cloned animals often have health problems, and it's likely the same would be true for humans. There are also ethical and legal considerations that add layers of complexity. So it's definitely a multifaceted challenge from both a scientific and ethical standpoint.
Would a clone have the same personality as the original person?
That's a really intriguing question. While a clone would share the same genetic makeup as the original person, personality is influenced by a complex mix of genetics and environment. So even though the clone would have the same DNA, their experiences, upbringing, and environment would shape their personality differently. Essentially, the clone would have their own unique identity shaped by their individual life experiences. It's definitely a fascinating blend of nature and nurture.
Can you give me a little bit more detail on that?
Absolutely. So while genetics provide a blueprint for things like temperament, predispositions, and certain traits, personality is also heavily molded by environment. This includes upbringing, social interactions, education, culture, and personal experiences. For example, two individuals with identical DNA might develop different personality traits based on how they're raised, the people they meet, the challenges they face, and the choices they make. Additionally, even subtle differences in life experiences can lead to unique perspectives, interests, and emotional responses. So in essence, while clones would share a genetic foundation, their personalities would ultimately be distinct and unique.
How far away would you say we are from cloning a human? How many years away?
That's a tough question because it involves a lot of factors. Right now, human cloning is still largely theoretical and faces huge scientific, ethical, and regulatory hurdles. Even with advances in cloning animals like sheep or cows, human cloning would be far more complex and would require overcoming a lot of biological challenges. In terms of years, it's hard to predict. We might see incremental progress in the coming decades, but full human cloning remains a distant and uncertain goal. It could be many decades or even longer before we get anywhere close.
Let me know in the comments below what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.